Well, here's our process for sales coaching success. First thing on our list is that you have to observe and analyze the performance. We'll break that apart as to what kind of things you need to take a look at and that you need to analyze. How well are they doing? Second step is suggest areas of improvement. Third, maybe even show what the desired method might be. Actually show a technique that has worked for you or something that you know is working for others in your organization. And then have them try. Actually have the sales individual try. And then continue that process. And for any of you that have ever played golf, it can be very, very uncomfortable to try something new initially, and it takes some practice. So, this continuing to coach over a period of time is really, and it's a very, very critical part of the process. You just can't expect that you have people, you tell them how to do something once and that it's going to work. And if you think about that, anything that's worthwhile in life is going to take some time. Now, from a coaching standpoint, observing and analyzing performance is where we start. So what kind of sales activities do we want to observe? Well, we suggest that your manager should be looking at how their prospecting techniques are. What type of initial benefit statements are they using to create interest? What do their letters or email documentation look like? At client meetings, what kinds of questions are they asking? Are they actually doing an interview, or are they just in there, spouting off, specifications of your products and talking about what the product features and benefits might be? Or are they actually, trying to qualify and looking for needs and looking for areas where they can add value? How effective are they at dealing with resistance or objections? Are they able to gain commitments to action along the way where the client is taking an active role in the buying process? And how successful are they in managing trouble when problems arise? Are they effective at solving problems, or are they always looking for help and trying to get someone else to provide resources? So how self-sufficient can they be? And, we talk about their communication skills. Are they professional in all phases of their communication? How organized are they from both a planning standpoint and an operational standpoint? Do they have a good positive attitude? Are they upbeat and, are people happy to see them? Are you happy to see them? We've had some managers tell us that they hate to see some of their people come around the corner, which is a pretty sad commentary as to did they hire them or were they inherited these individuals? And then how effective are they at doing their paperwork and filing their reports and, doing the administrative side of their job? These are all of these types of activities are the things that really need to be observed by a good sales coach. And I tell you, the devil is in the details, and when you believe that your salespeople are doing things in the office, inside, you have to be very careful and not make the assumption that they would never do these types of things outside in front of clients, because we've actually seen the case where they are. What people tell you they don't do, they actually do, and the only way to understand that is to actually observe them in action. So studying them becomes important.
Len, if I could just interject here, too. What we've come to learn over the years is that many sales managers, particularly inexperienced folks, can make the mistake that salespeople who think about it, salespeople usually express a lot of self-confidence and bravado, and therefore they make the assumption that those types of folks are very effective from A to Z throughout the sales cycle. You're making a huge assumption there because of the fact that somebody expresses internally self-confidence and bravado in terms of what their skill set might actually be in front of a client. So, again, you really do need to observe. This first step is critical.
Well, and it's, the analogy that we have used over the years is you would never have a coach of a professional sports team try to coach their people by reading the account of the game in the newspaper the next day. They have to be there. They have to see it with their eyes. And as we all know, in the field of professional sports, they not only observe the game, they record the game, they film it, and they study those tapes and study those films on and on and on to look for the little things that are going to help them be successful as they fine-tune their team. Well, once you understand and analyze where areas of improvement need to be addressed, we follow this process for suggesting how to make the improvement. We like to say, first of all, ask the salesperson for their opinion. See what they thought of a particular meeting, or see what they think of a particular proposal that they put together, and get their input first. Then we suggest that your sales managers try to find something to compliment people on. You always want to find something good, and we always like to leave with the positive. And then suggest maybe one, no more than two areas of improvement, and explaining why this is going to be a better way to do it, and ask them what their opinion of that suggestion is. Get some input. You want them to take ownership of the improvement that you're trying to have them do. And they may even fine-tune it a little bit, which is good. It's a good thing if they're actively involved. And then the third step is you actually may want to show them how to do it. Talk it over, demonstrate what that particular skill might be, and it can be done in a variety of settings. It can be one-on-one, what we used to call curbside coaching. It could be at a sales meeting. It could be we always recommend that sales meetings have some component that's geared for training and development. A little bit would be, I think, very, very critical for every meeting to have somebody do something or talk something that's a skill related, so that the manager doesn't have to be the one that's doing the training all the time. Rely on some of your more experienced or your more successful salespeople to show some of the things that are working for them. And then discuss what's different and ask them for their reaction. And this generally is a great way for people to show that they have understood what's being said and that they can apply it now in their own techniques when they're out there. And then have them try it. Have them actually do something. Role plays are certainly one way to do it, but also having them actually make live calls and give them, again, feedback that's very specific on their performance. Again, emphasize what you see that's positive. We always like to emphasize the positive as well as areas for improvement. And this is especially important for the ego of most salespeople. So always try to find something good in what they've done. And be specific when you're providing feedback, and gain their commitment that they want to continue to improve. They'll continue to practice, continue to follow in the direction that you have put them on. And then the last step is, continue coaching them. Keep coaching on that particular process until you feel they've got it down, and then move on to something else. And once again, compliment their positive performance. Compliment their effort, if nothing else, that they are making the attempt to, change how they're doing something and get better at it. You want to keep that encouragement going as long as you possibly can. So those are the 5 easy steps, and one of the